The disappearing as a constraint for poetry interested me because I feel like so much of my experience in Melbourne is based in unknowing of place. I grew up in Perth. I've only been in Melbourne for about 4 years, and many of my located poems, I don't have that many of my located poems are very much about the uncanniness of Melbourne actually. And especially some of the most matter-of-fact statements that I make are very much based in a kind of a falsity, a kind of dissimulation, and what I refer to in that poem when I say that we dissimulate a hanging. Part of this poem is about dramatizing historical violence in a setting, and Victoria has a long and fraught history, and that really interests me. And in a sense, to what degree a place's ambience is created by vestiges of history that you might happen to know. Here I am, rather than necessarily staging this poem in a setting where dramatizing something which is is historicized, or something which is recent history, or something tangible even. I wanted to dramatize that kind of unknowing, the implications of violence in the setting, and I do that with some strange metaphors, and at the same time try to align it with the ephemerality of living in a city that you really still don't know very well, even though you may have been there for a few years. So Melbourne's a really strange place. The ox. So free and easy on the draw, capital gain in the years of the ox. When the 5-year-old painted the domestic and spilled your whiskey, Kazan scapegoat, you scholar of all 3 versions of progress. That pillow book is your surgeon's, by it family history stretches like gum for some boy-child precocity to pop, no doubt. At Batman Park, a dance of surfactants about the tobacco smoke, a small bonfire with molten lead like old folks at home in Grafton, a lung test if you've tried anything like Yeats's symbology and turned out an architect. The best known name in Newark versus unbeaten fuselage like Hoddle Bridge. We dissimulate a hanging from the Victorian pommel lanterns that colour syrup on the return back, the Yarra near black. Still, whose municipality for which poverty is numbed by surgeons' proletarian sacrifice? Batman Park, the gallows are burst in anyone's careerism. Old folk pending. So sways the ox family.